Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. And if you were ever going to cut out a flower and use two different species of wood and then glue it back together or even paint it, this flower is a little bit different than I normally would create. I just kind of started thinking about this. I'm going to take away the color. Most of the time, when you cut something like this, it would cut around each flower petal twice. But with this one, that's a ghost item. It's only cutting at one time. Another ghost item. I must have made a duplicate. You see, so it's going to save you laser time because it's not having to cut this line but once. Normally, when you duplicate that over, it would cut both lines twice. So let's reduplicate this. How did I do that? Well, one, I just took an ellipse. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the petal itself. We go to Object, convert it to a curve, and get your Shape tool. And let's zoom in here a little bit. And get your Shape tool and just kind of make it non-symmetrical. Let's say that's good. So normally what I was saying, if we hit Control D on the duplicate, move our rotation of that node and rotate it anything divisible by 3 to get 360. So we're going to go 12. And you're going to get that double line. And you could go, well, I can go through here and cut that line, but the other line is still going to be there, you know, on that side. So that's exactly how you could do it. Or what you can do, and this is the way I kind of prefer to do it, take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Nudge that out of the way a little bit. Left click, right click. Make sure it's until the hairline. Grab that node and right click and put break apart. Grab that node, right click and break apart. Then you can take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line. So let's take away this one right now and nudge this one back. Now all we have to do is Control D and make a duplicate. Move the center rotation of that same node and rotate it 12 degrees. And then just Control D all the way around. Now you're going to have one double one right there, but you could do the exact same thing or just delete this line and delete that part of the line. It might be easier to nudge that out of the way than delete all these lines. As a matter of fact, it would be. Let's just do that. Let's back up here. Let's smart fill this part that's showing. And let's go out of the way. Left click, right click. And we need to zoom in here so we can see it. And do the same thing. Grab that, break it apart. I'm just right clicking the mouse, breaking it apart, and then take that line and cut it. Now we can take that red one away and nudge this right back to where it was. And now you have a lot less cut line. You have a lot less kerf mark because it's having to cut that twice. And this would be a really good flower if you're going to inlay it into something and either paint it or color it, you know, with different colored woods. And almost like the previous video, if you want to inlay this into a board, you could do it two ways. You could do the boundary tool, but you could also use the Smart Fill tool. Nudge that out of the way, and then there is your boundary to put it inside of. So when you start coloring these woods, you can easily, let's just show you how easy this is. Let's move this over. That thing is, well, 25 inches. We need to set our nudge factor on 26. And let's nudge it over. And then if you look, if you use the Smart Fill tool to fill in that petal with yellow, and then you nudge it over, it'll go right there. You make the next petal red. You know, well, I hit the same color. red, nudge it over there. Let's go one more color. Let's go orange. And so on. And then you can inlay those into a piece of wood that you cut out. Now, if you painted them, you don't really have to do anything to them. They're going to fit really tight. I wouldn't really suggest doing a kerf enlargement like I just did on the previous video. You could, and if you were doing different type woods, you know, the good thing about this, that you could take this piece, now that it's smart filled, it's going to be exactly the same as all your other pieces, and you could just forget about this and forget about these two and cut out 30 of these to get around the circle, and you could get them, well, that would eliminate, that would not help you with the double cuts, but if you're going to cut them out of different species of wood, you could do that and make duplicates and say you want 5 out of walnut and, you know, 6 out of maple, and then put them right back in there almost like a puzzle. Now, this would be a case you might want to contour just a little bit, and that would be very easily to do because you only have to do one petal before you even start. Take that one petal, go to effects and contour like in the video before, 0.001, yeah, 0.003. I mean, that's a minute little contour. You can't even see it, but you can see the difference. So all you'd have to do is go to break contour apart, grab the inside one's always easier to grab and nudge it out of the way. And then this is your bigger one, and we can tell it'll probably not be able to tell too much. We're at 2.456, 2.562. So we're just a little bit bigger. And then when you put that in there, they're going to fit like a glove and really be tight, and the glue joint will be hidden. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.